So there's a lot of card color changes out there. You know, you got the stat change, and you're left clean just like that. And you even have the battering change. Now, all these are pretty cool, but they're pretty much the same. Today I'm going to show you one that's a little bit more different. So here we have a bicycle deck, and we have an empty blue box here. So are you familiar with bicycle? Oh, you are. So that means you must know the secret code. Oh, you don't know the secret code. Well, basically, you take a deck of cards, and then you can stick it inside another colored box, as long as it's different than the rest. And once you do the secret code, you can take it out, and it is blue. Of course, I mean, blue is okay, but sometimes you'd rather prefer to put it back in its original box. So let's just put it back in its box, just like that, and close it up. Give it a secret code. See, the box is empty for sure. And then we can open it, and it's a red deck. Okay guys, so this trick is super visual, and let me explain how it's done. So what you're going to need is an empty blue box or a different color deck box, and you're going to need the box of the deck you're using. When you're performing this trick, people usually think something's wrong with the box, but this can be inspected, and they're just two ordinary boxes. Let's move those to the side for now. Actually, the secret lies within the deck. If I spread this out, you'll see that half of the cards are face up and half are face down. The half that are face down are red, of course, and they're unaltered. On the other side, the half that are face up of the other side are blue, and these are altered slightly. As you see, there's a little strip I cut off. Let me compare these two. There's a little slight strip that when you flick through it, they'll flick as one, and you won't flick individually when you're riffling through. And that's part of how this trick is done. Let me fix this right here. So when you have the red deck, you can riffle through. Let me square that up first. When you riffle through, it shows that it's red. When you put it in the box, get these out. Once you put in the box like this, and then you take it out, it'll become blue. And then you riffle like that. Now, there's a difference of the way I am riffling through, and there's more ways you can do it as well. So let's start off of how I perform the trick. So I started off with the cards inside the deck. And I said that you need, if you're familiar with bicycle, and if they are, then they must know the secret code. Of course, they have no idea what you're talking about. You can make any code you want, or like a wave, or a flick like I did in the video. So basically, you go through that. While you're explaining that, you take out the box. And then don't mention that these cards are all red and this is a normal deck. Just riffle through. It says, well, if you take a deck of cards, they're going to assume this is normal. And you can even do some springs like that. If you try. Usually works with the blue side. But you get the point. So once you take this and then you riffle, show that's red. You don't have to explain that. Put it in the box with the red side facing up, of course. Now on this side, this is the blue side. You push that in. But keep that to yourself and don't show your spectator. Close the box and you can show this is empty and they can inspect the box beforehand. Now once you do your secret code or whatever, take it out. And what you're going to do is supposed to be so natural. You take it out. Well, actually, it is very natural. You take it out and it turns blue. And they're looking at the box too, and there's nothing in there. And then you riffle through, showing the whole deck is red. And not that it's like a whole deck is red and then a card flipped over is blue. That would still work, but this really sells that the whole deck is blue. Now you can finish the trick by putting this in the blue box. Or you could do a little gag, say, oh, well, I guess I'll put it in the original box. Oh, actually this is a blue box, so I'll put it back in here. If that's the way you want to close it. The way I did it in the video is I just put it back in here. Careful not to show that. You just slip it in there, keep it towards you or towards the ground. And then right here is a little tricky part because you want to close that towards you. And then give it a code, and then you can show it off. Of course, you don't want to show like this. You want to flip it over. You flick through that and it's all red. Of course, like how I mentioned, if you want to close this because they're going to want to see the deck eventually, you could try to practice and spread these out, or do a fan. The fan looks really convincing because you just see the white spots, and that works on both the red and blue side. So you can incorporate that with your performance. I think the best way to close this up is actually pretend you're going to put it in here, and I'm like, oh wait, put it in the blue box, and then put away your decks, and then that's how you end the trick. Thank you guys for watching. Comment if you have any questions or tips. Also, watch our contest video. It's still open, and hopefully we'll have some good entries. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.